So if you can give me a few injury updates with
Sure.
Rachel and Jodie, we didn't even really know what was wrong with her. Can you give me an update on
Yeah, I
this?
mean, Rachel obviously is the hamstring problem. She's been training again this morning, so she's probably 80-90%. She should be good to go. We're just being, obviously, we're off this weekend, so we're not pushing, Rachel, and obviously we need her for the summer. Jodie had an operation, looks great, recovered quickly from the operation. She's probably a couple of weeks away, but she's rehabbing already, and she'll be back and she'll be ready for the World Cup. Unfortunately, she won't be back for us, but we wish she was.
What was the injury?
It was a knee issue.
Again.
I don't know exactly what it was, but it was a knee issue. That's all I know. But she'll be back. She looks great. I mean, you've seen her today knocking around, and it's great to have her back. And just a quick operation, and she's ready to go. She should be ready to go in 2-3 weeks.
And with Jodie and Nadine, I guess are your last national team players still here from right?
Yeah.
What's their timeline in terms of when they have to
Well,
leave?
they would have played this. Jodie would have played last weekend, and Jodie would have played again this weekend, obviously, and that was our plan because AO comes in for the Boston game, so we were hoping that we'd have Jodie for the 2 games. Obviously, we don't, so we had Sink. We had to bring Sink in, and now obviously we've got to go to Plan B for the game this weekend, for the game next weekend. But she'll be missed. But they leave on. Jodie might leave before because I think she should get back and get more rehab there. And obviously, I think it made the English team more comfortable with it being in their own environment. So she'll go back soon, and Nadine will leave after the game at the weekend.
And so AO, you said will come in the weekend.
Yeah, we should have AO the following weekend. Yeah, for the Boston game.
Looking at the game in Chicago, obviously last year you had some up and down performances.
Sure.
But in this game, even though you had give the early goals, you guys were able to fight back. What did you think that said about the team?
Yeah, I think it's I said to them after the game, I said the most important thing is that you grow from each moment that we have in the season, and the process is never going to be perfect. You're never just going to win and win and win. You're going to have ups and downs, and 2-0 down could have been 3-0. Nadine made a good save at 2-0, and then we just showed our resolute. We were resolute. I thought we played some great football second half. Could have won the game really with Sinead hitting the underside of the crossbar, which would have been a perfect comeback. But I think just the attitude of the team, and I never thought of changing formation. I don't think they doubted. They wanted to keep going. They trust in what they're doing and the process, and I was really happy with them. I thought they reacted really well to it, and it's the first time we've been down in the game, so you don't know how the team's going to be. No matter what you think the team is going to be, you don't know till it actually happens. And we didn't come back too much last year, to see them come back from a 2-0 loss and probably could have won the game in the end is great, and probably the hardest away game of the season. I think Chicago is the toughest place to play in the league, and they got a really good team. And I don't think it's good for them, the field, either, but it certainly wasn't good for us. But we've had 500 passes in the first 2 home games there. We were just over 300, which obviously I think due to the proximity of the field and the tightness of the game, I think they had probably similar passes as we had down in Chicago. But I think coming back home, which will be our next home game, it's nice to get back to a real stadium, a nice big field, and where you can play some great football, and hopefully we'll do that.
What do you think happened in the first 8 or so minutes with the?
Well, we talked about exactly how the goals were going to come and how exactly they play, and Nord says, I thought I had her, and she then I turn around and she's 7-8 yards away from me, and sometimes it's just it's little things that we can work on. And Nord, I thought Nord actually did a pretty good job on the second goal with it, pushed her to her left foot, put her in a bad angle, took a deflection obviously off her. But I thought on the second one I thought she'd done the right thing, and but on the first goal, she'll tell you, should have been closer. We talked about it going off the shoulder, especially with the back 3 in there. We knew she would come off the shoulder, and it was just a matter of protecting that area. And it caught us early on, and it really shouldn't have got caught out because it was something we worked on all week. And but I think it's not about that; it's about the reaction. And I said to Nord after the game, I think the number one priority for Nord was, she was involved in those 2 goals, but she got herself together. I thought she played really, really well second half, and that's a credit to a 22-year-old who's only played 10 games at this level, that she got herself back together, and I thought she performed really well second half. And Kristen Press from that point on really didn't get much of the ball and didn't get much look at the goal, and I think it was a lot of credit to Emily and to Nort on the 2 outsides of Kat. And I was really happy with the back 3. When you consider you take that first 10 minutes out, they probably went shotless in 80 minutes. We didn't give them anything, and there's a credit to the back 3, and also obviously the Sinead and McCall in front have been dynamic so far this year for us.
In terms of having a back 3 versus a back 4, is that something where you can't make mistakes? Is it kind of
no, to be honest, you got 3 people central instead of 2. Sometimes I feel like you got a little bit more ability to make a mistake and get away with it. Kristen Press is special, and let's be fair, I would think 95, maybe 99% of the players in this league would have got the ball where she got it, and maybe not would have hit the upper 90 from the area she hit it. So in all fairness, you got to take your hat off to Kristen too. It was a great goal. But we'll learn from that, and we'll learn from those type of things. And you want those things to happen almost early in the season. You don't want to be surprised late in the season. And I think it's a good test for the back three. It was a good test for them. I thought they came through with flying colours. There was a lot of deliveries from set pieces and stuff, which I thought we dealt with them really well. And we take a lot out of it, because that field is not easy to play on. It is not easy, and I thought we knocked the ball on really well, and with the ball turned over, we got it back quickly, which has been good. We've worked on the pressure a lot, and I was happy with the group. And it's a really tough place to play, let's be fair. And I said to the girl, this will be the toughest game of the season. We only play there once, and I'm glad it's over with. But it's going to be a hard place for anybody to go. And to be honest, in all fairness to Chicago, they're a really good side, and they'd be better off with a better field too. I mean, I think they'll do better here, probably playing wise, because they can play football. They got a great midfield, and with Kristen and Hoy up front, they're very dangerous, and I like their team a lot.
You made the decision to start Taylor, an amateur player, over Kendall. Can you talk about the decision and the role that amateur players are going to have to play? Yeah,
it was really, to be honest with you, the most importantly was to get Taylor ready for a home game here against Washington, because we know Tobin's leaving, so we know we need to fill that spot on the right wing back area, or go to 4. So it's one choice or the other. So we figured if we could play Taylor there, away from home, maybe we should have opportunity to see what the pace of the game is like and settle her in. It really wasn't anything against Kendall. She's been doing fantastic, but I thought it was an opportunity to give Taylor a run. And we thought it would be about 60 minutes and turned out to be maybe just under 60 minutes, but we felt that she needed that time to get ready for a home opener, because it can be a lot different in front of 14, 16,000 than it was there. But at least she got used to the pressure of the ball, and let's be fair, there wasn't a lot of space, so when you received the ball the other day, you were under pressure immediately, and I thought she dealt with it well. She had 2 good chances which she made for herself, but she's good both sides of the ball, and she's going to play for us, and she's going to do well. I'm very happy with her, really happy with her. And I mean, Kendall knows. I spoke to Kendall about it and just told her it's important that we get all the players ready down the road, and we felt it was a good game to blood her, and that's basically what we did.